So this is video A38, and I am going to do problem number 17. So in this problem here, once again, I'm going to isolate my n. So I'm going to end up down here with n is equal to something. So as I look at this, the first thing I remember is I undo it in the opposite way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this plus 5 that's on the same side of the equation as the n. So to undo a plus 5, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides of my equation. And when I do that, those 5's cancel, and I'm left with a negative 8n on this side. And on this side I have negative 67, and I'm going to rewrite this as a plus negative 5. So now they both have the same sign, so I know my answer is going to be negative. And since they have the same sign, I'm going to add them, and 67 and 5 gives me 72. So I have a negative 72. And then over here I see that there's my n, and what's keeping n from being isolated is this negative 8. Well, I'm multiplying that negative 8 by n, so in order to undo it, I'm going to divide both sides by that negative 8. Okay? When I do that, that cancels that, and I'm left with an n, and on this side of the equation, and I'm going to get that that is equal to, and I have a negative divided by a negative, so I know my answer is positive, and 72 divided by 8 is 9. So I end up with n is equal to 9. And if I plug it back in, I get, negative 67 is equal to negative 8. And where I have that n, I'm going to put a 9 plus 5. And that gives me negative 67 is equal to negative 72 plus 5. So the signs are, I see here that my signs are different. The bigger absolute value is negative, so I know that in this problem my answer is going to be I'm going to get negative 67, that doesn't change, is equal to negative. And now since the signs are different, I subtract those and I get negative 67 is equal to negative 67. And sure enough, that checks. So for this particular problem, what I'm going to ask you is, let's see, what do I want to ask you? I'm going to ask you why, when I divided a negative 72 by a negative 8, I got a positive 9. All right, and all you have to do is tell me, because every time when I divide a negative by a negative, the answer is always positive. All right, and then your extra credit is going to be, let's see, your extra credit will be, what game am I watching? And the answer is the Raiders game. All right, that takes care of that one, so let me do another problem for you for homework.